You're listening to Maximum Medicine Radio with host Doc Martin. How do you step into your maximum potential? How do you connect your spiritual drive with your physical path? Get ready to meet the maximum you the world needs on Maximum Medicine Radio with Doc Martin now. Can you really heal yourself? I'm not sure all my patients ask that question. Some of them aren't really thinking in those kinds of terms. They're still thinking they depend on me for the answer, for the medicine, for whatever. But yes, if you're really in charge of your soul's trajectory, then you're really in charge of the outcome. And then you're also really in charge of the reality that comes forth. I think sometimes people are really, really hungry to be different, but at the soul level, and that really directs the basic energy of your energy field and therefore the outcome, they're on a path to learn something, on a path to get certain experiences in this life. So it may not turn out exactly the way you want it to when you're thinking in the literal 3D world. But yes, your thoughts do direct your reality. So think, what is it that you want to feel into, believe in, and see yourself as? Your thoughts do change the outcome. Somebody I love very much is struggling with a major health issue. And yet she has, in her own way, with her own reading of metaphysical stuff years ago and spiritual stuff, she has actually put into action the steps that it takes to have a good outcome with regard to your health. So what is it that she does? And I have to tell you that every day I'm inspired by her. She wakes up in the morning, and before she gets out of bed, she visualizes a blank canvas in front of her. And she paints the day the way she wants it to go. All right, so that sounds like, okay, I could paint the day but she follows through on important things. She actually takes steps to keep that thought of the good outcome alive in her mind, in her thoughts, in her being. She does not let drama in. She does not let negativity in. She stays away from things that she might get her head all spun around about, and only feels into joy and beauty and life force. So let me break it down a little bit more. And I discussed this in some terms, although this will be a little bit different, in my book of Maximum Healing Techniques, Shamanic Healing Techniques for Overcoming Your Health Challenges, the book I wrote, published in May of 2023. And in there, I talk about a process that I call the 4 A's. And those are, the first step is to be aware of the issue. And when you're in pain or you have a health challenge, believe me, you are seriously aware. Then you allow. Well, what do you allow? Do you allow all the bad things that are happening to you? No. You allow yourself to align with something bigger than you. Call it life force, call it your higher self, call it God, call it your spirit guides, call it angels, something that's bigger than you because your eternal self resonates in this space. So when you bring in all of the visions, images, pictures in your mind, that thoughts about things that represent the energies of that space, you are aligning with your highest, most eternal self. In shamanic healing, we have helpers, we have allies. We make alliances with usually things in nature. Usually they are unseen. There are forces. So whatever it is you want to consider your helper, then you want to link up with this. And you want to keep that close and believe that it will help you. So that is the allow step. Well, then there is an act step. You can't just sit there in the middle of the road of your life, and open up to all of these higher powers. Well, yeah, you can do that part, but then you just don't sit there. You've got to turn it into your own. You've got to bring those high, refined energies. And in the Caro Peruvian Indian nation, they call that Sami, the high, refined energies. And you've got to bring them into your being. Because face it, our human existence, this physical form, walks down in heavy energies every day. Being a material form is a denser energy. And the Caro people call that Hucha, Hucha. So the act part is for you to literally bring those higher refined energies in. Well, how do you do that? The biggest way is you start by your thoughts, because thoughts determine the energies coursing through you, and they determine your reality. And you may see, well, I'm thinking about getting well. I really want to get well, so I think about it all the time. And you probably remember when Esther Hicks taught Abraham, you don't sit about and say, oh, I'm sick. I really want to be well. I want to be well. Because that kind of thinking is speaking from a place where you don't have wellness and you're looking outside yourself to get it. It doesn't belong to you. It doesn't resonate in your energy field. So you have to link up to it. You have to actually think well by seeing yourself well, being well in your mind's eye, seeing your most vibrant self. Now, also in my book of the shamanic healing techniques, there are exercises that you can visualize meeting up with your healed self and see yourself walking in sunlight, in the meadow, on the beach. So these actions start with your thoughts. Then you need an intention, because that really is a laser beam of thought, no deviations. You see that arrow of thought going straight to the target. The target is your healed self, because you are linking up your energetic connection to that. So that's what the person I love the most does all the time. She holds her intention because she holds that laser beam by absolute discipline. Do not let any other thought get in the way. Do not let any other thought put that arrow off course, bend the arrow, ruffle the feathers on the flight of the arrow. So that's what she does beautifully and what's very, very hard to do. But it is an important part. So you set your intention. What else do you do? Well, the intention is exactly, that's the alignment of how you see yourself and actually how you be. You're going to be this. You're not just going to imagine that maybe someday down the road you're going to get there. You are going to be it. So the other things that you do, and now we step into the fourth part of this diagram of the 4 A's. Now you are going to affirm that intention by your daily actions. So what things actually help course, C-O-U-R-S-E, course these good energies through you? And some people say, well, I can't think about it. I'm in too much pain. I can't think about it. I'm sick every day. I'm debilitated every day. It's impacting my function. Well, yes, that's hard then. It's very hard when your physical being is screaming out in distress and disarray. It's hard to hold a high, refined, resonating intention. But you can start with little steps. And here's the little steps that you can try. Think about something that you are grateful for. Well, I can't be grateful for anything. I'm debilitated. I have to take FMLA. My knee doesn't work. I can't walk. Every day I'm in pain. I wake up in pain. Every day is pain. Well, what if there is something grateful that you can be, which is you're still alive today? Now, I'm not being smart here. Find something that you can be grateful for. Today, my legs were able to let me walk from the bedroom to the bathroom. My amazing body, despite the limits, despite the challenges, is still carrying me. My amazing lungs are still breathing. My incredible heart that has been with me since the very moment of conception is still beating. Boy, am I grateful for that. Well, then you'll start to see that there's a few other things that you're grateful for. And then you flood your system with gratitude. Gratitude can help you shift out of everything that's wrong to knowing that you're standing in a place where things go right. How many times when we have a health challenge have we actually forgotten all of the trillions of things our cells do every day without complaint, without fail? Our digestive system takes in nutrients. Our liver metabolizes. Our kidneys excrete. Our lungs breathe for us. That's a lot to be grateful for. But we don't stop and see those things. We take those things for granted most of the time. So gratitude fills your system with that high resonating energy of all is well. Look at what I have. I am so lucky. I am so grateful. Then also, the next thing you can do, if you can't get that intention down perfectly and you can't resonate yet perfectly, fill your thoughts and your feelings with joy. What brings you joy? Now, my friend, who I've talked about just a few seconds earlier, she surrounds herself with beauty. Pick up a bunch of flowers and put them in a vase. Stop at an outlet store and buy a pair of costume jewelry earrings that match a special belt that you might put around your shirt, and you have a coordinated outfit. For the first time in your life, go get your nails done. Go see your granddaughter's soccer game. Stop at a fruit stand and buy the apples of the season and bite into one. Fill your experience, your feelings, your bodily energies with things that are joyful, which resonate the beauty. And when you're doing that, you are filling your system from the cellular level all the way to the energetic level. You are filling it with life force. So every day when you do this, you keep your intention alive, you cut out all distractions, you hold the discipline, and you fill yourself up with gratitude and joy and communication then with your helpers. One of the things that we don't do very well in today's modern world is have quiet time all to ourselves. So many of us are packed with things. Well, no, I have to make dinner for the family. Oh, no, I have to get the kids lunch for tomorrow. I have to. I have no time. I have to. 10 minutes a day for you. And sit in the quiet, even if you just realize you're talking to your body for the first time. But then maybe in the quiet, a whisper of your higher self, of that wise one inside you, comes forth. And you realize that you're connecting to something bigger, something eternal. And you realize that you can power through with a surge of life force any human level problem. So following the 4A's, allow, aware first, then allow your helpers, act. So that's set your intention, get your thoughts right. I don't mean to be mean, but quit whining. That all this, no, I can't, I'm not, that does nothing. You can even feel it when you say it. There's a constricted, icky, sticky energy that goes through you. But when you turn that around to, I am eternal, I am alive, I am filled with life force, that's golden, that's expanded, that's amazing. So you allow those things in and you act on them. And then day to day, you keep the thought alive. You keep that intention alive. And you affirm it by actions, by things, the little tricks you're going to do to make yourself see the beauty and the joy and have gratitude about it. So in my previous videos, we talked a lot about consciousness, and physics is actually showing that your thoughts do dictate your reality. And you might want to check out the new book by Dr. Dean Radin, R-A-D-I-N, The Science of Magic. He has been a paranormal researcher for at least 40 years, I'll bet. And he has shown that there are things that we can do with our minds that defy what materialistic science has said we can do. And he talks and he shows you all of the things that magic is a force of the universe. Magic is creative. It comes up with solutions where 1 + 1 can be 5. Magic can swirl things around, and in that powerful alchemy, give you, and oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened. This is a magical thing. It will give you those events because we are not locked into A has to become B, which has to move to C and on to D. Because magic takes A to M and back to H and over to Z and then makes up letters we've never even seen or heard of. So get Dean Radin's book. He's a good writer. He's an incredible scientist. And of course, look at the offerings that you might find through the Institute of Noetic Science, IONS, IONS. And just check out that we are finding that science actually supports these paranormal experiences and that our consciousness, our thoughts link to that collective consciousness and our consciousness exists outside of our physical body and it interplays with the outcomes. So it really, really does mean that your thoughts can change your life and magic can happen and you can heal yourself. I believe it. And I know you will too once you start working it. When you start working this stuff, you never go back because you see the power, you see the beauty, and you see how incredible we are as humans because we are more than our physical body and our consciousness connects to forces way beyond ourselves. So try it. I think you'll like it.
You've been listening to Maximum Medicine Radio with Doc Martin. Tune in next time while the doc talks health, spirituality, and the impact your beliefs have on every part of who you are, body and soul. Doc Martin unpacks the challenges we face as human beings. To learn more about Doc Martin and Maximum Medicine, visit www.sharonmartinmd.com.